one step in building the facility and everything like that, just how cool is it to have a day like this, become reality?
Yeah, it's really special, and there's so many people and so much gratitude. It's what I believe this community was capable of, and our community, our administration, all of our supporters continue to step up. And to think I've been here for 19 months and 2 weeks, and we've made this much progress. I think sometimes when we're striving to keep growing, we forget about all the progress that we've made, and I think tonight was just a great night to celebrate that.
On a day like this or a week like this, it really points out the need for that facility, doesn't it?
It does. I woke up this morning and we have one more Friday to wake up where we don't have baseball, and it doesn't feel like that when you get outside. So it's going to be a game changer from a preparation standpoint, a recruiting and retention standpoint, but I think it's going to put us more on a national map. It's really saying to the country that we're serious about college baseball here in Jonesboro, Arkansas.
Just how are you feeling about this group now at this point? I mean, obviously, you guys have had to dodge a whole bunch of weather, but what you guys have been on the field and everything like that, what's impressed you the most about this team?
Yeah, we're starting to get more consistent, in our depth. It's noticeable when you see our team how much more physical we are and how much more athletic we are. And just the consistency and the focus that the players have had. A lot of times you get distracted, you start thinking about opening day, and they really haven't done that. And so just really fired up, and we'll be back at it again tomorrow. And yeah, the weather's been an inconvenience, but you always look at it, there's people that have it worse than you do, and we have some opportunities to at least move around and do some things to stay fresh, and you can't use it as an excuse. You can't use built-in excuses. So we need to overcome it, and we need to find a way to get off to a better start this year.
What's kind of impressed you the most about this team so far? What do you feel like you guys are really doing well?
I really feel like we're better everywhere. We pitched it, we were top 25 in the country last year pitching, and I think that was one of the expectations, and we got them all back, and then we added some firepower. We hit on a lot of players, young players, guys in the portal, but really all of our returning players are better players than they were a year ago today. And look, there's some momentum. They can feel it. I can feel it. Anybody who's living here can feel it. There's some momentum and probably an excitement level about our baseball program that because of the investment that the university and all of our donors have made, there's a buzz around town. Players feel that. They can feed off that. And there's just an excitement and energy level that, to be quite frank, probably wasn't at this level 12 months ago. And so just super, super excited. And I'm as excited and as intrigued as anybody else to see what that looks like on the field. But what we're capable of versus what we can achieve, if we achieve what we're capable of, it's going to be an outstanding season. But that's why they play the games, and just to see if we can have that consistency throughout the year.
What are some of the other things you want to accomplish, like the next 2 weeks before opening day?
Yeah, the hardest thing when you're dealing with the players getting closer to the season is they start focusing on the season and the outcome and the results, and I want to focus on the small attention to detail things that are ultimately going to decide whether we win and lose baseball games. Throwing strikes at a higher level, situational type baseball, not just base running, but on defense, high level communication, which is really difficult when you're not out on the field, and just that consistency and the team coming together. In this day and age, you have basically half a new team at minimum every single year. They've done a great job of coming together, and we just want to continue to see that growth from right now, really through the first couple months of the season before we get to conference.
As you get into recruiting for 2027, you'll be able to show kids the facility coming up. That's got to be nice.
Yeah, and just major baseball publications are, we're trending there, and some of the facility improvements, and all of that helps. Everything matters. And just to see us, I was on the phone yesterday morning with Baseball America. They were talking about the upgrades we were doing and the commitment from the university and the community for our baseball program. I say sometimes a coach, not just recruits, needs a shot in the arm. It fires you up to pick up that phone and make that call and try to convince that young man why Jonesboro is a place that he needs to come, because it's not really based on our past history. It's based on the focus and the commitment that our university and community is making for what we can become and what we can achieve. And I think people see this type of stuff happen, and it is a game changer.
They've already done some site work, getting everything lined out. I think in the next couple of weeks, as soon as the thaw comes, they're breaking ground officially. We're just a couple of weeks out, so you'll start seeing real movement out there in the next couple of weeks.
As far as a completion date, I know that it's impossible to say exactly, but kind of a ballpark.
I think you're looking at about 9 months from start to finish. Being safe, you always say a year, but it'll be done before that. The hope is, February, really, so hopefully by the end of the summer, it's a usable facility. Once they get the roof up, which will be one of the first things that goes up, then they can work year-round, and you'll start seeing that pick up pace. So it'll look slow for a little bit, and then it'll go really fast, and then it'll go slow again.
I mean, just describe just getting to this point where there's been a lot of work by a lot of folks behind the scenes to make a day like this happen.
Yeah, this was a project that was discussed during my interview process about the need for it, about the commitment to Mike and the baseball program here at Arkansas State. and it's not a hard sell from the outside looking in. You get here and you understand the region we're in, how prominent baseball is in this community. And the other part of it is it's a bridge sport for us to keep people engaged after basketball season and helps us carry, fan engagement into the fall. And I think you're going to start seeing that pay dividends in the years to come.
What's the next step after you get this facility?
Yeah, the next step is the full facility project. We've got pretty elaborate renderings. Prior regime has done a lot of work on that project. We've scrubbed it. You're looking at probably a 35 million-ish project, but it would be something that will allow us to keep pace with what the baseball program is doing, and hopefully that we'll have that done by the time we're ready to host a regional.
It's one of those things where the conference you're in, you really have to have it, don't you?
It's, at first, yeah. Football typically drives the bus on investment, but you look at the Sun Belt and what we're competing against, yeah. And then you got La Tech coming into the league that's got brand new facilities as well. And we're looking up at a lot of people, but we've got a coach that helps us even that out, and we got to give him the resources to give us a chance to compete for the top, and we're going to get that done.
Just athletics across the board. I mean, just what are some of the other things you want to accomplish in 2026?
Oh, man. Where do you want to start? Well, I've been here about 6 months now. Football season was a good season, got to a bowl game, had a win. Basketball, women are obviously on a roll. You can see the potential of what men are going to be with Coach Pannone. We've only had really 2 games that got away from us. Everything else has been a one-win or one-possession game. And you start looking forward against all our other sports with tennis and golf and soccer. We're not that far away. My goal when I got here is we want to be, one of the top 3 departments in the conference, and I think we're probably about 18, 24 months away from being that consistently.
The existing baseball complex, what happens with it? Does it basically come down at some point?
What would happen is we'd build on top of that location. We'd have to be very deliberate with the way we phase that construction, because we're still going to have a place to play. Don't really want to go to another local facility. Want to figure out a way to phase it in here. Good thing is we have a field. We've got the video system. We'd have to figure out a way to start doing work around home plate behind it, and then all creative ways to have fans get in and out. But it's all solvable. Those are good problems to have. So from the time you really start construction on the major project to opening it, you're probably talking somewhere between 20, 24 months construction phase. But we can figure that out. We're all smart enough.